Hello, I wanted to share some things that I would have in a bag when I'm getting ready for labour. So here is my trusty bag and I will take you through the contents. So I have some headphones so that you can block out sound. I think this kind are a little bit easier than the ones that go in the ears, because if you've got them there for a while that might be annoying. I have a sleep mask so that if you go into hospital later on and they're very bright lights and there's not an easy way to turn them down, you can give yourself a little bit of darkness, shut distractions out, help the melatonin flow. I would also have a face cloth, so this can be good for using with lavender. And I would put a lot, so really put loads on and rub it into the face cloth, and then as a contraction comes you can breathe in really deeply, and I would say that every hour you'd need to be topping that up and putting more on, because lavender oil is a sort of pain reliever, so it really can help. It's not just for the relaxation part of it. You can also use the face cloth to have sort of coolness, so while you're still at home you could have a bowl full of cold water that you put the face cloth in, and your partner can make it as cold as possible. When a contraction comes, that can help you with sort of distracting yourself from the sensations. Or also you can have some ice cubes handy while you're still at home to suck on. That can be a really good way of sort of focusing. At hospital often there's a water dispenser, so you could ask if there's a bowl, or even take one in with you. If it's been helping at home, take it in with you. So either to the forehead, or you could have it nice and cool to the back. Really importantly, on the other end of the scale is hot water bottles. So I would have 2 hot water bottles. Not a small one is good actually. This is my daughter's, because you can just position it exactly in the right place and it's easier to keep there. So at the beginning of the contractions I would have one wherever you're feeling it most on your bump, and then also one to the back. And then lying down with pillows all around you, make a nest, have that warmth, and that can make you feel relaxed for a lot longer and take the edge off the contractions in those early stages. And again, if it's helping, then fill up a hot water bottle, get your birth partner to do it, just before you go in the car to transition to into hospital. And you know, you can take it into hospital and they might be able to refill it. You probably need to fill it fairly regularly so you've got that heat. Make sure it's covered, especially if you're using it after an epidural, because you won't be able to feel if it's burning or not. Also in my bag, at home it's easy to have low lighting. They don't really like you to take candles into hospital, so you can take little LED lights, little LED candles, or you might have some fairy lights at home that you can then take in and put somewhere in the hospital room and turn off the overhead light, so it's a little bit more cosy and private and relaxing. Another essential thing that I would take is a shawl. So this is a traditional rebozo, and there are lots of videos you can see on YouTube, top 10 ways of using a rebozo. So there are ways of using it to help the positioning of the baby. I'm not going to show that here now, but do search for it on YouTube. You can also knot twice, so you'd have this knot on the other side of the ensuite bathroom door, so it won't come through, and another knot for you to hold on to. That can really help you relax back and help get the pelvis into the right place and all sorts of things. The other great use for a shawl is, again, to cut out the light. So if you arrive at the hospital and you're sort of going through the corridors and it's really bright and it's taking you out of your focus, you can put it over your head, you know, during labour you're not going to care that you look silly. So put it over your head, just lessen that impact. Or even if, you know, if there are some more people in the room and it's distracting, again, you could just give yourself a little bit of quiet and feel less watched. But it might be that you find yourself going into the toilet at the hospital, and so if it has a motion sensor for the light and it's very bright, again, either the eye mask or having this over your head can just stop that really bright clinical light putting you off your focus. Also in the bag I have a straw. I've got an environmentally friendly metal one, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a bit easier to take a quick sip to keep hydrated rather than having to tip a glass or a bottle. So it seems like such a simple thing, but will feel really great during labour. And then if you've got a really big bag, you can take some extra pillows so that you can be as comfortable as possible, putting them under knees if you're leaning on something. So, you know, even a birth ball, you could have an exercise ball, birth ball in your car, so if there isn't one handy where you're going and it's been helping you at home, you can bring it with you. So here are a few things from my bag, just to give you some thoughts about what you might take.